LevKids, kids, LevKids, kids, LevKids.
Hi, my name is Andrew Gallitzer, and I am an artist currently in Israel. I'm so excited to be able to draw with you for this special LevKids Shabbos series or Shabbat series. In this series, you have a whole bunch of awesome activities to do right on recordings, so you can do them anytime you want. In this class, I'm just going to do a drawing with you, but if you sign up for this whole series, you'll have all of these incredible activities to do. And there are so many incredible ones, I don't even want to name them. You could look through and see what there is that is offered. But here, I'm going to be drawing with you something special for Shabbos. Together, we're going to make a special Shabbos card to put on the Shabbos table, or to give to your mom, or your friend, or your brother, or your sister for Shabbos, or Shabbat. So if you guys want to draw with me, and if you want to start this activity, before you sign up for the full activity, to get the whole list of activities, go ahead and pick up a piece of paper and a pencil, and we will get started. Here we go. So here I have a blank piece of paper, and you can see that the paper is nice and big. It's nice and empty and white. And over here I have a pencil. You could use any kind of pencil you want. This is a drawing pencil, but if you don't have a drawing pencil, you could use a lead pencil or a regular pencil if you would like. I would not recommend using a pen though, just because pens you can't erase. So you want to make sure that you have a pencil with an eraser so you can erase it just in case you have any mistakes or want to change anything, because mistakes happen sometimes, and sometimes you might want to erase some stuff. Here we go with our card. The first thing that we want to do is turn this big piece of white paper and make it into a card, just like this. This is a card that I make in the other drawing class, which is part of the series if you sign up for the whole subscription. So if you want to learn how to draw this card, where we're going to be drawing, where we learn how to draw flowers together, you could just sign up for the full activity list. And here you can see how it opens and closes, so you can draw the flowers on front and then write something nice inside. So we're going to fold our paper just like I folded the paper for this card from the other class. So all we have to do is take our paper, make sure it's nice and horizontal, and then take one side and just fold it over the other. So you're just folding over from one side to the other, going horizontally, not vertically, but horizontally. And then once you fold it over, you want to line up the edges to make sure it's nice and even. And once you're happy with it, you can just smoothen out this end. Just smoothing it down, making sure it's nice and smooth. And just like that, we now have our card. You can see how it can open and close. You can go up and down, it can go like this, open and close that way as well. And we are now ready to start our drawing. For our drawing for Shabbos, I want to draw something super special for Shabbos. One of my favorite things about Shabbos are the Shabbos candles and having them lit before Shabbos every week. So on this card, I want to draw Shabbos candles right over here on the front. Then maybe we could write something on the inside too. So the first things first, let's take out our pencils. You want to make sure you have a pencil. And we're going to draw 2 candlesticks going up, one up for each side. And the first shape that we're going to draw then, are going to be basic shapes, because whenever you draw something, you want to start with the basic shapes. So here we're going to draw 2 long rectangles on our page. I'm going to take my pencil and draw 2 long but skinny rectangles. There's one, and I'll add another one next to it, trying to make them about the same size. You can see I'm just tracing over the line sometimes. You can go over it as many times as you would like until you are happy with it. And if you're not happy with it, well, it's a good thing you have an eraser. So if you want to, you can erase lines. See if you drew too many lines, or if you want to make it narrower, if you want to make it thinner, you can redraw it. Or if you erase too much, you could always just draw it right back in. Okay, now that we have 2 rectangles, see, it just looks like a big pause sign in the middle of our page. Now we can add the candlesticks holders, because these are the 2 candlesticks. For the candlestick holders, I'll start again with some basic shapes. Starting off with, let's just go for another 2 rectangles. This time though, the rectangles are going to be going sideways or horizontally. Again, 1 for each candlestick. And once you have those 2 rectangles, you want to make sure, double check that they're about the same size. So you're just going over the lines, making sure that I'm happy with it. And again, if you make any mistakes or you want to redo it, you could always just take your trusty eraser and just fix it up. All right, guys, now we are up to, should we do rectangles again? You know what, let's just do rectangles again. Let's do 3 rectangles to start off the bat. And let's go for the bottom of our candlesticks, and we can make them into rectangles. Just like this. This is going to be all the way at the bottom of the page, as far down as you can go. I'm going to do 2 rectangles, 1 for either side. You can see that they're just below. Or, you know what, guys? We don't have to do rectangles. If you want to switch it up, if you don't want to do rectangles 3 times in a row, because that's a little bit crazy, I'll show you what else you can do. If you don't want to do rectangles, we can do semicircles instead, so half of a circle. But if you want to do rectangles, it'll work just the same. I'll show you just in case you want to try something different. You can also do semicircles. There's so many different options you can do in art. Start off with 2 lines on the bottom of the page for the bottom of the semicircle or the bottom of the candlestick holder. And then we'll just add in a curve going towards the top to make it into a semicircle. Again, you want to try to make sure that they are about the same size. So you can look back, you can trace over it, you can erase it if you want to, until you are happy with it. And I'm pretty happy with my semicircles right now. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step. But if you're not happy with it, you can pause the recording right now and take your time fixing up the steps until you're happy with your bottom, the candlesticks and the candlesticks themselves and the candlestick holders over here. Once you're ready, you can press play and we'll continue. Okay, I'm going to assume that you are ready to move on now. And I'll show you guys how to make a cool kind of shape for the center line of the candlestick holders. Basically, I want to make a curvy shape for the candlestick holders over here. So it's not just a rectangle like we've been doing before. We might have been doing down there as well. So for this, I'm going to try to show you guys how to do this curvy shape, which we'll also do in the second class, which is part of the full package. All you have to do is make a squiggly line, basically a curve that goes in and then out. Okay, in, out, and maybe back in at the bottom. So that's all I'm going to do right over here. I'm going to start from anywhere on that rectangle. You go in, then out, and then back in. See, guys, just like that, kind of just a squiggle, like a wave going back and forth. And I'll do the same thing for the other side. Starting again, just a little bit to the side, not in the center, but to the side of that horizontal and sideways rectangle. Going in, out, and then back in. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to do the same thing for the other candlestick because we have 2 candlesticks for Shabbos, for Shabbat. So I'll do that right over here, going in, then out, and then back in. And lastly, we got that last curvy line, in, out, back in. Okay, so now we have our candlestick holders and our candlesticks made up of really basic shapes, exactly how I like to do all my drawings. But before we move on to adding some details, let's now join these shapes together. Because we know that candlesticks, when you look at a candlestick, you don't see, or a candlestick holder, you don't see all of these lines in between where the shapes join together, even though it may be made up of different shapes. So I'm going to take my eraser, and I'm going to go ahead and erase the shapes that should be joined together. So I want this candlestick holder all to be one object, all to be one shape, all united. I'm going to take a big eraser. I'm going to erase that line right there that divides between the rectangle and our cool curvy shape like we had over here with the flowers. Then I'll do a little eraser line for that little curve that's in between that curvy shape and the oval, the semicircle. So I'll take my eraser and just erase those little lines. Now, if you like the shapes being a little bit different, then you're more than welcome to keep them. Your drawing is your drawing, and you are the artist. So you can make any changes, you can do whatever you want on your drawing because it's yours. In fact, you don't have to follow any of the steps I show you over here. You can make something completely your own, and I'm sure it will look incredible. So all I just did was just erase those little lines that were in between. Maybe if you drew any extra lines like I did in a few of the places, or if you still had a rectangle, if you wanted to do the rectangle and switch to the oval, or if you had the semicircle and switch to the rectangle, whatever you do, that's totally awesome. See, the oval or the rectangle could look also really cool. Just want to show you guys that not everything has to be oval. Not everything has to be rectangle to be round instead. And now we are almost done with our candlesticks, but a few things missing. And I think what's really missing is, oh, we're missing the fire. Oh my gosh. Well, we need the fire for our candlesticks. Otherwise, it's just two huge rectangles. Silly, almost forgot. Now for the fire, it's actually kind of like these waves over here. Like I said, instead of keeping them far apart, we are going to connect them at the bottom. So just watch what I'm going to do over here for a second. I'm going to take my pencil, starting right above the center of the rectangle. I'm going to draw one wavy line. The wavy line, just over here, say it goes out, back in, and then maybe back out again. A wavy line. And then I can either do another wavy line for the other side to connect the top part to the bottom part, or I could just do one big curve like that. And you can see how that really makes the flame look like a flame. But again, guys, flames come in all different shapes and sizes. Flames, I mean, they move around, they dance around. You can't even like take a picture of a flame because it's always moving. So whatever shape you draw for the flame will be perfect. I'll just do, just in case you want to see how I did that again, I'll do the same shape over here. But remember, guys, you don't have to copy me. You can do any type of curve or any type of shape or squiggle you want to do. But just to show you guys again how I did that one, I did one really big curve like that, going out, then in, then back out, and then did another curve for the other side. Just like that for my two flames on the candles. And now if you want, you can add in some more details. Like for example, if you maybe want to have some wax dripping down, you could add just some curvy lines going down like that, like the letter U, then going back up like an upside down U, going back up and down, just U's going up and down across the top to make it look like there might be some wax dripping down the candle. And if you like how that looks, you can do the same thing for the other side. Or if you don't like it, you don't have to draw it because you decide what you want your drawing to look like. And for the last few steps, I'll just add in big circles going around these fires, these little flames, because candles are glowing. That's the whole point of candles. So I think that we should make like a huge circle of fire around it. Not fire, but a circle of light. Making a very big circle going all the way around that candle. And another one going all the way around this candle. Keeping the flames right in the center of the circles. And when you color it in, you can make sure to color this in with like a yellow or a white or an orange to make sure that it's clear that it's the light coming from the flames. And lastly, if you want, you can add in some designs on our candle holders. So maybe some little curves. I just added in 3 curves going in different directions. I'll do curves on this side too. Or maybe you want to add in some dots or some circles. Really, it's all up to you and how you want your drawing to look. You're more than welcome to copy my drawing if you like it. And the last step for our drawing part of this is to just sign our name. Make sure you sign your name, not my name, because it's your drawing. You made it. You should be proud of it. I'm going to sign my name right over here. I'm going to write my signature, Andrew. And if you want, you can write the year as well. And now we've finished the front of it. If you want, you could add more things, maybe a kiddush cup in the background, maybe a challah, but I want to keep it really simple with just these 2 candlesticks. Or you can even add, after you watch the flower video, you can even add the flowers to be either behind or on the side, or on the inside, you could add the flowers inside of here and just watch that class afterwards. You can also write Shabbat Shalom if you want, or Good Shabbos, or just Shabbat with a Shin Bet Mem, not Shin Bet Tet, all up to you. On the inside, if you want, you can even write a message, like maybe you want to write Shabbos or Shabbat, you light up my week. Or if you're giving it to your mom or your dad or your friend or your sister or your brother, you can write whatever their name is and say, you light up my week just like Shabbos does, or just like Shabbat does. And make it really nice and give it to them. You can add some color. I love to color my drawings in. I don't want to color it in on here because I don't want you guys to just copy my colors. I want you guys to use your own creativity. You can take out your markers or your colored pencils. Just have an incredible time coloring in the drawing and then adding in something on the inside. And if you do color it in, I would really love to see how your drawing comes out. So if you color it in, I would love for you guys to send me your drawings because I'd love to see your finished drawings. You can send it to me. My email is art, A-R-T, @ andidrew.com because I really love to see all of your drawings, especially if you color them in. And there's that drawing of the candlesticks. And if you want to learn how to draw these awesome flowers as well, just sign up for the full package and you'll get that class too. Well, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that super quick drawing class of where we drew these candles together. I had an awesome time and I'm really proud of my drawing and I cannot wait to color it in. If you enjoyed this activity, you will love all the activities that LevKids has for you for this Shabbos themed package. Go ahead and check those out. Tell your parents you want to draw these flowers and see all the other awesome activities that we have for you over there. Again, guys, make sure you send me your drawing. I would love to see them. I teach drawing classes all the time, and my favorite part is to see drawings, especially since I have all these recordings that people watch on my website, but I can't see your drawings in person. So I'd really love to see how your drawing comes. You can email to me. My email is on my website, andidrew.com, or you can, my email is art@andidrew.com, like I said before. Love to see you guys, and I love to see your drawings. Hopefully, you'll join both of the classes so you could have their set of two cards, or you could put this card and draw it on the inside of the other one. That would be super, super cool. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoy the rest of the LevKids series. And if it's close to Shabbos, then Shabbat Shalom. Have a good Shabbos. And thank you so much for drawing with me. Bye, guys.
LevKids, LevKids, Jewish experiences, so much to do. LevKids, LevKids, create masterpieces and learn something new. Singing and dancing, sports and writing, improv and art. It's all so exciting. LevKids, LevKids, LevKids.